Today we are going to familiarize you with your Humidifirst master control panel utilizing the HC-301 microprocessor. Looking at your control panel, you'll have your on-off disconnect switch. Please note that the switch must be in the off position to open your panel door. You would have your alarm present indicator. In the event of an alarm, this would be lit. And then you have the HC-301 microprocessor. Taking a quick overview of the microprocessor, button number 1 is change password. Button number 2 is set points. Button number 3 will be your operating percent based on your sensor or BMS. Button number 4 is a high limit sensor. Button number 5 is a water conductivity sensor. Button number 6 is an airspeed sensor. Button number 7 is your operating hours. Button number 8 is to utilize your manual drain. Button number 9 is to utilize your manual operation. And button number 10 is your alarm menu. You may navigate your menus with the arrow buttons and press enter to enter each command. We will now take a closer look at each button and its menu. Button number 1 is change password. You would utilize this in the event that you want to set a custom password so only the individuals with that password may access and alter your system set point. The default password is 4444. To change this, you would press button number 1, change password, to bring up your change password menu. Press enter twice until only the asterisks are highlighted and you will enter your default password of 4444 and press enter. You will notice the password valid line changes to yes. You may now press the down arrow to your new password and press enter until only the asterisks are highlighted and enter your new password. In this case, I will re-enter 4444. Press enter and you'll notice the system tells you your new password is valid. Button number 2 is set points. This allows you to view your system's parameters and purchase options, and most importantly, alter your system's set points for your application's needs. Pressing button number 2 will bring up your set points menu. You must press enter to bring up the highlight to navigate the menu. The line 1, view parameters, will allow you to see your system's current set points. You do not need a password to view parameters. Line 2 is view purchase options. This allows you to view the purchase options activated for your system at the factory. Line 3 is change parameters. This is the menu you would utilize to change your system's set points. Please note, your system set point menu will vary depending on your specific system. Pressing enter on change parameters will bring up your change set points menu. You must use your system password to alter any set points. In this particular example, we have a humidity sensor, so you may set your humidity set point, your high humidity alarm, your low humidity alarm. You have operating sensitivity and high limit set points. We will give an example of changing your humidity set point to operate your system. In this example, we have a current humidity set point of 40. The relative humidity is 41%, so we have an operating percent of 0. We will now change our humidity set point to 50 to engage our system. Pressing button number 2, set points, and navigating down to change parameters. I will press enter again until only the asterisks are highlighted, and enter your system password of 4444 and press enter. You'll notice the password valid line has changed to yes. Navigate down to humidity set point and press enter until only your set point is highlighted. I will now enter 50 for a set point of 50 and press enter. You'll now see we have a humidity set point of 50, a relative humidity of 51, and our system has started to come on to engage that set point. Button number 3 is your system's operating percent. This screen will vary slightly depending on your specific application. The HC-301 microprocessor can utilize various BMS signals, humidity sensors, and dew point sensors. Pressing button number 3 will show your operating percent screen. In this case, we are utilizing a relative humidity sensor with a reading of 46.7 and a relative humidity set point of 50. You'll notice the system's operating at 100% to reach that set point. If we increase the sensor's humidity reading, you will notice the system's operating percent will scale back until set point is reached. We'd now like to show you your operating percent screen if your system is utilizing a BMS. Button number 3 will still be operating percent, though you'll notice it now says BMS signal. Pressing button number 3 will show your system's operating percent and the BMS signal it's receiving. In this example, we are utilizing a 4 to 20 milliamp BMS signal. You'll notice a 4 milliamp BMS signal equals 0% operation. We will now ramp up the BMS signal so you can see the corresponding operating percent. A 12 milliamp BMS signal corresponds to 50% operation. And taking the BMS signal all the way to 20 milliamps will ramp the system up to 100% operation. Button number 4 is a high limit. This optional high limit sensor works in conjunction with your BMS or default humidity sensor. This optional high limit sensor would be placed in your duct downstream from your humidifiers to prevent wetting. In this example, we have a humidity sensor reading 30% with a set point of 40. Therefore, the system is operating at 100% to reach set point. Pressing button number 4 will show us our high limit screen. Our high limit sensor is reading a humidity of 68.7% with a set point of 85%. If we increase the reading of our high limit sensor past our high limit set point, it will override our operating percent to prevent wetting inside the duct. You'll notice we now have a high limit reading of 99 and a set point of 85 for an operating percent of 0. Going back to your default operating percent screen, we still have a humidity reading of 30 and a set point of 40, but the high limit has overridden the operating percent to prevent wetting in the duct. Button number 5 is an optional water quality sensor. This optional sensor would be placed downstream of your building's water treatment system in order to measure the water being supplied to your humidifier. This sensor would read the total dissolved solids in the water, and by pressing button number 5, will display it as parts per million on the screen. You'll notice right now we have a reading of 2 parts per million. By default, your system will give you a warning at 3 parts per million and shut your system down completely at 10 parts per million. You notice we currently have a 3 parts per million reading and a displayed alarm. But if we check our operating percent, we're still operating at 100%. I will now increase the parts per million reading to beyond 10. And now if we check our operating percent, you'll see it has cut our system to 0% operation. Button number 6 is an optional airspeed sensor. This would measure the speed of the air in feet per minute inside your duct or air handler. Pressing button number 6 will display your airspeed in feet per minute. As you can see in this example, we have an airspeed of 659 feet per minute. Any airspeed below 300 feet per minute runs the risk of overheating and damaging your transducers. Any airspeed above 1500 feet per minute runs the risk of wetting at your humidifier modules. Button number 7 is operating hours. This will display the hours of operation your control panel has been operating. Pressing button number 7 will bring up the hours of operation display, and as you can see in this example in a new system, we have 0 hours of operation. This number can only be reset by the factory. Button number 8 works in conjunction with the optional auto drain feature. The auto drain feature would flush and drain your humidifiers to prevent standing water. By default, if there is no call for humidity for 120 minutes, the auto drain feature would engage. If you wish to change the timing of the auto drain, you may do that with your set points menu. We will access our change parameters and enter our password of 4444. And you can scroll down until you see auto drain. This is the number of minutes with no call for humidity that you want your auto drain to engage. In this case, we'll re-enter 120 minutes and press enter. With no call for humidity for 120 minutes, the auto drain would engage. If you would like to manually engage your drain, you would press button number 8 to bring up your manual drain menu. Press enter to highlight stop, use the arrow to change it to start, and press enter. Your drain is now engaged. To stop your manual drain, press enter to highlight start, change it back to stop, and press enter. You have now stopped the manual drain and you are back utilizing the auto drain feature. Button number 9 is manual operation. This will override any alarms, BMS signal, and sensor signals and manually operate your humidifiers at 50%. To engage manual operation, you'd press button number 9 to bring up the menu. You press enter to highlight stop, press the up arrow to change it to start, and press enter. Your humidifiers are now automatically operating at 50%. If you would like to stop manual operation, press enter to highlight start, change it to stop, and press enter again. By default, manual operation will last for 10 minutes and then it will switch back to your BMS or sensor signal. This is also customizable in your set point menu. We will go back to change parameters, enter our factory password of 4444, and scroll down to manual operation. This is the amount of minutes you want manual operation to engage until it resets back to the BMS or sensor signal. Press enter to highlight it. In this case, we'll change it to 25 and press enter. Manual operation will now operate for 25 minutes and then revert back to its default signal. Button number 10 is your alarm menu. In the event of an alarm, your alarm present indicator will be lit. For this example, we're going to simulate a humidity sensor failure. As you'll notice, your alarm present indicator has been lit. And if you press button number 10, View Alarms, it'll take you to your alarm log. Use arrow keys to navigate your alarm log, and as you can see, we have a humidity sensor failure. Fixing the problem will eliminate the alarm present indicator, but your HC-301 will store each alarm in the alarm log so that you may see what has happened. You must acknowledge these alarms to clear them individually. Acknowledge alarm and enter will clear your alarms. You must clear each alarm individually so that you see every alarm that has occurred. For further details on your specific Humidifirst HC-301 control panel, consult your owner's manual, your troubleshooting guide, or you may contact us at Humidifirst at 561-752-1936.